65 years of listening to the stars. The silence has been absolutely and utterly deafening. A single new study may explain everything. The gravity matrix. This is humanity's longest unanswered question, and we tracked it. We track every major SETI dataset release. What one March 2026 paper reveals rewrites everything. 70% of star systems destroy signals. The universe was never silent, we were deaf. The instruments that let us hear are coming online. The story begins in 1960, Green Bank. Frank Drake aimed a dish at 2 stars. Project Ozma heard nothing but cosmic static. 1 year later, Drake wrote his famous equation. The equation asked how many civilizations exist. Every variable was a guess. Every guess was generous. Fermi had asked it differently. Where is everybody? That gravitational question haunted astrophysics for 7 decades. SETI concentrated on a frequency called the water hole, the quietest band in all of cosmic radio noise. Any intelligent species would logically transmit here. That assumption governed every search for 65 years. Then on August 15, 1977, contact. 72 seconds at the hydrogen line frequency. Jerry Amen wrote one word in the margin. The signal matched exactly what SETI predicted. It never repeated, not once in 49 years. The most impossible signal in history simply vanished. For decades, no explanation held up under scrutiny. Meanwhile, the searches grew vastly more powerful. And the silence only deepened with every upgrade. In 2015, Yuri Milner committed 100 million. Breakthrough Listen became the most comprehensive SETI search. They surveyed 1 million nearby stars across gigahertz bandwidth. More data than every previous SETI project combined. The result was exactly the same: silence. Now here is the question nobody was asking. What happens to a radio signal inside another star system? Dr. Vishal Gajjar at the SETI Institute investigated. His team calibrated using our own spacecraft transmissions. Then they modeled what other stellar environments would do. At 1 gigahertz, 70% of systems broaden signals. For 30%, the signal loses 94% strength. This is, in our assessment, the year's most devastating finding. Because now consider the red dwarf problem. 75% of all stars are M-dwarfs, the most common stellar type in our galaxy. Their stellar plasma activity is dramatically more intense. Any signal leaving an M-dwarf system would be shredded. Phantom noise, invisible to every SETI instrument ever built. If you are tracking this investigation, subscribe now. Now the implications cascade in every direction. The water hole SETI's sacred frequency is compromised. The band most vulnerable to stellar plasma broadening. We chose the quietest room, and it was soundproofed. In 2024, 2 planetary scientists added another variable. Robert Stern and Tara's Gajjar proposed plate tectonics matters. Fewer than 0.2% of habitable worlds qualify. The Drake equation's denominator shattered even further. But that assumes civilizations even transmit narrowband. Our own civilization stopped using narrowband decades ago. We broadcast broadband. We searched for narrowband. The contradiction is almost painful to state plainly. But a second thread was developing in parallel. In 1999, 5 million people donated their computers. SETI at Home became the largest distributed computing project ever. 21 years of processing, 12 billion candidate signals. Winnowed to 1 million, then to 100. David Anderson expects all 100 to be interference. But the follow-up must happen regardless. Science demands it. China's FAST telescope began re-observing in July 2025. So far, 0 confirmed detections from any source. But here is what changes the entire calculus. An AI neural network reanalyzed breakthrough listen data. 480 hours from 820 stars. It found 8 signals human algorithms had missed entirely. Then in late 2025, the Allen Telescope Array upgraded. A new AI system developed with NVIDIA partnership. 600 times faster than previous signal processing. 160 times faster than real-time arrival. 7% more accurate, 10 times fewer false alarms. Real-time alien signal detection is now technically possible. For the first time in 65 years of searching. And in December 2025, another extraordinary test. Would you have aimed a telescope at a passing comet? Breakthrough Listen aimed green bank directly at it. Scanning 1 to 12 gigahertz, the most sensitive observation ever. Sensitive to a transmitter of just 0.1 watts. 471,000 initial candidates analyzed. No confirmed technosignatures from an interstellar visitor. But the sensitivity record matters more than the result. Each null result constrains the dark matter of possibility. This is exactly what rigorous science is supposed to do. But the Gajjar study reframes the entire picture. Those null results may not mean cosmic absence of life. They may mean absence of the right instrument. Now enter the next generation of technosignature detection. A 2026 paper proposes abandoning narrowband radio entirely. Broadband SETI, searching infrared and optical wavelengths. Pulsed optical signals have 0 natural confounders. Unlike radio, where astrophysics generates constant false positives. PANOSETI is being built to scan the entire sky. All sky coverage from 350 to 1650 nanometers. If a civilization pulses a laser, PANOSETI will see it. The error bars on stellar plasma models are still wide. The standard model of signal propagation can technically survive. But just barely, and the evidence keeps accumulating. Of all the reversals we have covered on this channel, this one keeps us questioning everything about the search. Because the filter was never civilizations destroying themselves. The filter was physics, hiding every voice behind plasma. And now we are finally building instruments to listen differently. Dr. Gajjar spent years building the model that produced this. When the data confirmed the hypothesis, the team checked twice. The paper title tells you everything: Hidden Gatekeeper. Stellar plasma scattering blocks alien signals at the source. Every star system has its own plasma environment. Every transmission must fight through charged particle clouds. What arrives at Earth is not what was transmitted. It is noise, indistinguishable from cosmic background. Here is what to watch for in the coming months. If PANOSETI detects pulsed optical signals from known exoplanets, it would be the strongest technosignature evidence in history. If not, the mystery deepens in another direction. Either answer transforms our understanding of the cosmos. Carl Sagan understood this better than anyone alive. The absence of evidence is not the evidence of absence. We searched with instruments we had, not ones needed. That is not a failure. That is science working perfectly. 65 years of data decoded through one paper. The Fermi paradox may rest on uncharted wrong premises. Not where is everybody, but why are we still deaf? The instruments are being built, the mirrors aligned. The algorithms are learning what to listen for. Broadband radio signals, optical pulses, and infrared beacons. The search has never been more scientifically grounded. And the primordial question has never been more urgent. Somewhere in this infinite galaxy, physics permits intelligence. Chemistry permits curiosity, and curiosity always transmits outward. Whether we hear those transmissions is now our problem. Not the universes, not physics, not stellar plasma. We may be the generation that finally hears something, or the generation that proves the silence is real. Either answer is staggering. Either answer changes everything. Frank Drake pointed a small dish at 2 stars. 66 years later, AI scans the sky in real time. The question has not changed, only our ability to answer. The universe was not silent, it was speaking all along. We just needed 65 years to learn how to listen. Like and subscribe for more frontier astrophysics coverage. The cosmos may be full of voices. We are listening.